Hey guys, welcome to this episode of Little Sprout Speech TV. Grab your pen and paper because today we are talking about how you can make up your own songs to interact with your child. So how do you do this, right? How do you put this creative? A lot of you are probably thinking like, oh my gosh, I am so not creative and I can't even sing. I can't really sing either. I don't think I have a good voice, but I do it anyways because it's fun and kids respond to it. And if I can teach a child through singing, then who cares, right? If they'll tolerate my singing, who cares? So I want you just to get comfortable with that idea of singing yourself and, teaching your child through a song like we talked about in last week's episode. And as you see, there's kind of a theme here. So your 3 tips today are going to revolve around how you can make up your own songs, and you could even take some of the ones I've made up to interact with your child. So tip number 1 is going to be get comfortable with just turning anything into a song, okay? I'm gonna give you some examples a little bit later in the video today, in this episode, so you'll have an idea of what I'm really talking about. But just remember that you can turn anything into a song. Tip number 2 is to pick a familiar tune. So pick something you're comfortable with. Maybe it's something like Mary Had a Little Lamb, like Mary had a little lamb. And so you're not going to say those actual words, but you'll use the tune like, okay? So, and you'll see how I do this when I give my examples. And then tip number 3 is just make it up as you go. Your child has no idea, half the time if this is a real song or a song you've made up, and, chances are, they are gonna love it no matter what because it's music, and a lot of our kiddos, just like I've said before, they love music. So just make it up as you go and let loose. So what does this look like? Let me give you some examples. So one song that I like to use, I was playing with this little, I was looking to see if it was in, oh, it's right here. Hold on, let me grab it. Okay, so this toy right here that I was playing with he was just shy of 2 years old, maybe 18 months. Anyways, this piece here goes around. You can't really see maybe that it's moving, but this goes around and around. And so one thing we did, there was a car on here. It was gonna go through the car wash next. And I just made up a song and I said, around and around and around we go. Where we'll stop, nobody knows. Around and around and around we go, and then we stop. And so I would stop at the end and let him fill in the word stop, and he just thought this was hilarious. And we could have done this like for 45 minutes straight, and he loved it. But the point was, we're working on concepts of something going around in a circle, and I was having him, work on stop and go. So you can do this with anything. So that's one example. I'll give one more example. For kiddos who are working on maybe a little bit more of an advanced skill like present progressive, like what is that? That's when you have an action word like jump, and you add that ing in the end, the ing, jumping. So it's not just jump, but now it's jumping. And then you try to put it into a phrase like I am jumping. This is something that I often work on with kiddos in therapy in the preschool years. And I found it was much more exciting if we actually got up and jumped, first of all, but then also sang a song with it. So some of them will get on the trampoline, and then we could do this even during a movement break, for example. It doesn't have to be an actual therapy activity. It could just be something you do as you go through your day. And we would say, I am jumping up and down, up and down. I am jumping up and down, up and down. And then we could do, I am swinging up and down. And so you can see how you can put in any action word into it, really. Change the words as you see fit. So the idea here is, like I said, we'll review, turn any concept, anything you want, into a song. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 was pick a familiar tune. So you heard like, So it's Farajaka, okay? And then make up the words as you go. So I hope this is helpful. I hope you have fun with this. Take my songs, run with it. Maybe it'll help you, you know, add some other types of concepts or songs into your repertoire with your child. But I hope you enjoy it. I hope you guys have a great week. I look forward to talking to you same time, same place next week. This is Hallie Balkin signing off.